attorney was like, well, I was just gonna pass them around. And that probably would be easier, but this way I figured everybody could see it.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, you guys can set this up.
So you gotta know ahead of time.
That's actually what. We saw you.
I didn't know you were a picture bill. I didn't know you had.
It's not. We were like, now they're having to figure this out.
I felt bad for him because he's kind of like passing around.
Is that why we're reset? I don't even remember. Freddy's homeless. You want your desk?
So yeah,
You want your desk? Out of here.
you can take the other.
We're gonna check on veterans to see if there's something. He said, but there's no decision. So it looks like a waste of first. Get a reset and figure that out. I don't want that. I want to go home. Conclusion. Let him go and live with you for a while. Can I suggest that?
Bashan, is it Friday Eve?
I hope so.
I think it is Friday Eve. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to let me know you are here. If you don't answer, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant will be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Robert Caroline, Chris Lynn, Monica Wade, Joe Serta, Joe Edward Serta. In custody, we have Tracy Spencer, David Vargas, Jacob Borrego, Mark Guerrero, John Schultz, David Vietti. Am I pronouncing that last name correctly?
Vietti?
Oh, David Vietti. Gasper Rodriguez, custody. Brian Parker, custody. John Torres, custody. Eigar Linsky. Nathan Martinez, custody. Mark Chone. In custody is Paul Inaosa, Jose Gutierrez. Christopher Acosta.
Good.
Christopher Morrison is by Zoom. I'll see that file, please. Christopher Morrison. Christian Smith. Jennifer Cano. Robert Castillo. Kelly Kotner. Erin Sturm. Marlon Simeon is in custody. John Meyer is at 1:30. Is there anyone who's present whose name was not called or you came in late? All right, attorney, these are the rules. Please follow the rules. Do not, I repeat, do not approach the clerk while we're on the record. How do you know we're on the record? Because I've called the style of the case. If you have a client that is in the box, do not speak behind the court reporter when we're on the record. How do you know we're on the record? Because I've called the style of the case. Do not approach the court unless you've spoken with your client today and you conferred with the state. If you need an interpreter, do not leave the courtroom once that interpreter has been called because there's a limited number of interpreters. If your client is in custody and you request them, do not leave the courtroom once you request them because for security reasons, the deputies can only bring out so many inmates at a time. When you are ready to approach the court, defense attorneys, you're on this side. The reason why you're on this side as opposed to this side is because that's what the deputies have requested for security reasons. I'm not in charge of security. The deputies are. So when the deputies tell me for security reasons, this is where people need to stand, guess what? That's where you're going to stand. I'm a firm believer that everybody should stay in their lane because if everybody stays in their own lane, then guess what? Things will run smoothly. In the words of Deion Sanders, if a football team is a vehicle, there's somebody who's in charge of the gas, and he said, I would be the gas. But somebody is the tires, somebody is the engine. If you're a tire, don't try to be an engine because it's not going to work. So everyone, it is Friday Eve. We're going to get some heavy rain tonight, according to the weather report, and also it's very humid. So let's confer. Let's be kind, knowing that Friday is upon us. Please confer.
Can I approach you
Yes,
off the record?
yes.
There was a young man, a court reporter that came on Tuesday and said he hadn't conferred with me.
Mhm.
And coordinator told me about it. And I said, well, I've tried a couple of times.
Mhm.
And so she got his phone number.
Yes.
I called again, voicemail.
Okay.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, no, I
But he
understand.
came to you and said that Seeloff hasn't talked.
Oh,
to
no,
you.
this is what
I wanted to straighten it out with you.
Oh, no. Let me just tell you, I've been in that situation as an attorney. I remember that's why misdemeanors I didn't take because people would say, oh, Stephanie hasn't been in touch with me. It's like, I sent you a letter. I called all these numbers, contacted your bondsman. Nobody knows where you are. How am I supposed to get in contact with you? But we only handle indicted cases here unless people want
I know it was
pre-indictment. here.
pre-indictment and
Mhm.
and she says, we want you to come down here. And I said, I can't, I got interviewed, you know, I have my regular practice. Because it's pre-indictment. She said, I know, I'm coordinator. And I said,
Yeah.
well, Norma.
Yeah, but the reason why is when they say they haven't had a contact with their attorneys, it's not necessary that I believe they haven't had contact with their attorneys. But if I can get their attorneys here,
Yeah.
they can't say, oh, well, I never had a phone number.
The other thing is I'm out on 281 and bidders.
Mhm.
It would take me a half hour, 45 minutes to
Oh, yeah.
drive and then walk in.
Mhm.
But anyways, I just want to let you know that the guy complained that he hadn't talked to me and I left all these messages and I still haven't. talked to him.
Oh, no, I understand.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you gonna bring up Caroline? Okay. You're not done beating him up yet, huh? You gotta soften him up a little bit. And then- You don't do that anymore? There's some paperwork.
Oh, this will be. Yeah. So.
Daniel,
Yes.
if you could see this, please.
Yes.
I don't see how there's a bond condition of that, but if you could look into that and see.
That's probably not gonna get me anywhere.
It's
either.
odd that that would be there. And I think that was one that was addressed previously.
And it's all because he has no place to go. And,
Deputy Laura, I'll be right back. Yes. So I don't think that's the case. I think that may be something to do with her bonds.
It's influenced with us. Yeah, no worries, man. They're right now.
Great to see you. Absolutely. And if, yeah, anything else, let me know.
Sounds good.
I'll catch you.
Deputy Laura, I'm getting almost done with the book.
Oh, okay.
We'll be able to discuss it.
Yes, I've been needing to talk to someone about this. I just need to let it out.
You gotta let it out. Okay.
What part are you in, Judge?
I was on 80. Now I'm at 130. So I'm
Is
getting
there,
there.
Halfway there.
Yep, I'm getting there. I could not finish it. I would have already finished it, but I have to watch my K-dramas. And I thought they would have the episode tonight, but it's not. I bet you that episode is gonna pop up on Friday.
Always straight second.
You need something from my
Second
client?
chair, possible.
Oh, they have a report. They said beware buying a vehicle with fraudulent titles. That people are buying vehicles and then when they go to register a title, they find out that it's been stolen.
There was a man got arrested.
Okay.
Using a lady's information.
Oh my gosh.
Robert Caroline,
Yes.
he's here, we're ready.
What's going on with that?
It's sensitive, but I don't think they completed their report.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. Did you do what you were supposed to do? That was-
I'll tell.
Yeah.
Bashan, on Robert Caroline,
Reset, because the B2B, person that evaluates is out with COVID. So we can get, a week or two reset, that would be great.
all right, could you give me some reset forms, please?
Yes.
Who is here on Robert Caroline?
I am, Your Honor.
Caroline, come forward.
He really wants out,
I know.
so I pled for you. I told her that you wanted out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Caroline, the person who was supposed to do your review has COVID. So we're still going to try to get your review done, and it's probably in your best interest to have that review done with the Veterans Treatment Court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to recall you for February 8th. However, if they are able to do it sooner than that, we'll bring you over sooner than that and we'll let your attorney know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Bashan,
Yes, Judge.
it's not John who has it, is it?
No,
No,
John does not.
don't break out.
But
Okay.
his.
We're gonna come
his
back
assessors
February
from,
8th.
the
If we
VA
could get
hospital
word
or
sooner,
the
we'll be
VA
here sooner.
portion of it. They have.
Okay?
it.
All right, so it's not the Veterans Treatment Court person who has it. The person from the VA has the COVID. Because otherwise it would have been done on this end. And I guess the VA only has one person.
That sounds
They are
military, sounds about right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I
So
was
we're,
a Marine too, though. so-
A Marine?
Yes, sir.
You know how to wait then.
all right, so we're going to recall it on February 8th. And again, if they are available sooner, we'll bring you back over sooner.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am, just, I was hoping to get out relatively soon and can I make, I did quite a bit of community service. I had cleaned up the waterway down through there where the animals are, down by where the water towers, where they drill water and stuff. And I had done lots and lots of community service hours
Okay,
and just helping, giving back, you know what I mean?
all right. Well, you'll have to talk, your attorney can perhaps talk to the state, see
Okay.
what they're
Yeah.
willing to do about the bond. But it's probably best
He's
if you
holding.
wait for, yeah, it's probably best that you wait for veterans treatment, because if you're accepted in the veterans treatment program here, what will end up happening is they'll make sure you have housing. If there are drug issues, they'll make sure that's taken care of. Once they have all of your information, they'll make sure that you get back on the right track.
Yes, ma'am. I've been in the Veterans Hospital
Okay.
already.
Okay,
All
it's
right.
only a week or two,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. All right.
Hang in there and don't bust out.
All
That'll look bad in front of her.
right, so we'll bring you back on the
Yes,
8th.
ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a great day.
See you. You know he's gonna be here. If he's not, we're all
Yeah.
in trouble. The money we do it out here.
Luis
Do I
here,
get a piece of paper?
he was in custody.
No, do you need a reset form?
What is it?
February 8th.
There, February 8th, 9 o'clock.
This would be if I had this kind of.
No, he's gonna die, dude.
System that she knows. Thank you. The background. I well, so.
Yeah, see?
I mean, she said.
Luis here. You recall. Luis here in jail said on the dock. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I didn't look them over.
Yeah, well, I mean, we need to work it out. So,
I'm wondering.
Why not just put it in the
Broadcast.
I guess I'm waiting.
Yeah, normal recall.
Is he on bond or is he in custody?
He's in custody.
All right, let's just see if we can pull the file.
Yeah.
5320016. 016.
And if possible, Mr. Cherrick, we'll see if we can get them over.
Tuesday, and then conflict is formally called for today. You're not gonna be able to get them over today, are you?
I'm not sure what time it will be.
Yeah, well, I have.
Yes. Deputy Laura.
You could try, Judge.
All right, see if you could try to have him brought over. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, see, I don't think so either. Mhm. Okay,
I agree too.
all right. So do y'all have any objections to her going to see her son?
I'm gonna talk.
All right, thank you.
I can't stay around and talk.
Well, that's true, yes.
Hello.
Hey, Judge, I've got Gara. They didn't bring him over. They've got no clue if they can bring him over.
Well, they're doing it now.
Well, yeah, but they don't have a time frame. I can't sit here all day waiting on them. I have a trial on Monday. I have to
All
go
right,
back
so let me
and
explain
work.
something to you. This case has been indicted. It was set on January 23rd. I know that you're not here on January 23rd. They're bringing your client over. I'm sure he wants to see you and see if something can be done with this case. So we will call you when your client is brought over.
Judge, my office is a half hour away.
We'll call you when your client is brought over. He wants to see you.
Don't tell me I was.
Right. I mean, it is.
Yeah, that's great. I'm okay with that.
It's not happening, but it's not. That's the policy.
Yeah. When she.
Right, right.
Obviously, that's only, that's it. As you know.
Y'all call me when it gets here. I have. 210-865-5707. All right.
I would like to. Should be my fault. I can. I was used to useless. Go back to the 27 where they bring my guy over. They're checking to see if you see him. Deputy, VA, we have an offer. I believe that it's gonna be good. I just need to present it to my client. And we should be able to disclose this right now. This is. I just need to go over there. Yes, I'm going to back. Yes. She says not. Yeah.
Just so attorneys know, we're taking our break at noon. And if your case is not resolved by 11:15, and that means your paperwork is turned in, guess what? You are coming back this afternoon and it's going to be inconvenient for you.
No, that's Mr. Guerrero. We're getting him. Had to turn in his ASAP.
Excuse me, person in the navy jacket, are you on the docket or is the female with you on the docket? You're on the docket? Y'all need to separate. This is not a park bench where you all are hugged up together. We don't do that in this court. State, y'all will need to bring down this file. It's 2023. One, 323. It's Luis Gara III.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. I'm trying to work out the numbers.
Jennifer Cano. Hello, how's it going?
Good morning, Judge. My hair isn't here yet. Judge, if it's okay, I'm standing in for Mr. Locke. He's in trial in Kendall County.
All right, and my understanding, this is going to jury trial, is that correct?
So, Your Honor, counsel told the state some new information today that we'd really like to follow up on with the complainant. I'd just like to get the perspective. So I had asked counsel if they were okay if I reach out to them within the next week-ish, just to kind of discuss some of the new things that came to light.
Okay. All right, so we'll recall this for February 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we
And,
be excused on this case?
After I give you the reset form, just one
Yes, Judge, I'll
second.
have her sign it.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.
No, not at all. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going?
Pretty good.
All right. So, that's what we're gonna.
And counsel, you have someone else on the docket too?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can give that to them to sign, please.
Oh, sure.
Mr. Bodego. Yes, please. It's Bodego is the name. You need a case number. Jacob.
Jacob Borrego.
Present.
This is a motion to revoke.
Yes, it is, Your Honor. And just to give you what's going on, we're gonna be withdrawing the MTR at this moment, Judge.
Okay.
The new number ones that are alleged, the drug acts have not been obtained yet. But at this time, those are the only things alleged. And one other thing alleged on that MTR is 41, which is felony drug court.
Mhm.
However, we believe that most of those reasonings, I believe, are because of the new number ones. I think that there's some other technical ones, but at this time, the state would be withdrawing the MTR. And then the other cases will be indicted or not indicted later when those drug labs are received, and we may be refiling at that point. I did tell that to the defense counsel.
All right. So he does look better since he's been in jail.
Yes, he does.
Seems like he's gained some weight and his eyes are clear. So my goal then, if we're withdrawing the motion, he needs to stay on track with being sober. So the question is, how are we going to accomplish that?
Judge, on his night mag cases, I believe the bondsman surrendered the surety, so he's remanded without a bond at this point. So I'm going to visit with his family. We may file a motion to set a new bond. If the court wants to put, if he gets out on bond, some conditions, then obviously that would be constructive.
All right, Ms. Abrams, on this case, they want to withdraw the motion
Yes, Judge.
because the cases in the motion, they don't have labs back.
Yes, Judge.
But he does look 100% better since he's been in jail. So what I'm wondering is, if the state withdraws the motion and I sign it, can his conditions be altered and amended to include lifetime recovery inpatient if he's released from custody?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So that's what we'll do.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll talk to your family, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hancock, this is number one.
I would want to see.
As my wife says, it's all about me.
All right.
No, I'm rereading it. I would like to read it to myself, so I don't sound terrible.
Oh, Adriana? Yes. On that case, Borrego? Yes. He is only to be released to lifetime recovery. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Well, actually, you probably could once you read it. Maybe. And here we did that 14 months.
You know, yeah.
Hello? Sure. I'm sorry. Yes. Mhm. All right, let me see if that is on the docket. All right. Deputy Moore, do we have a mask for Mr. Castillo? We'll give him 2 masks.
Judge, I couldn't believe what I saw on TV the other day.
Oh, what did you see?
You and the guy who was pretending to be an attorney.
Yes. I mean, if only they knew how much work is involved in that, they would probably say, yeah, let me choose a different one.
And just the other day, you had somebody who said they were in court here when they weren't, or they were in trial here.
Yeah.
Y'all were in trial.
It's like, no, they're not here.
I guess you see everything from behind there, Judge.
Yes. And so I'm like, no, they're not here. They're not in trial with us. So hopefully that judge informed them. Oh, does the person, Mr. McLean, does the person also with him need a mask?
Probably a good idea.
Yes. Look at me being a medical doctor. Protecting, yes, the helpful judge, protecting the community.
You bring Mr. Vargas over.
Oh, okay.
Anything. Go ahead, girl. I don't know who they belong to. Yes, yes, she did it. And she was, like, she said she was gonna send me something. What's up? She got this. Never did.
You need anything else? Yeah. Good job. Thumbs up. I'm gonna request that person to be my secretary. But yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
What, you want to get together? Okay, I'll get it together.
Hey, I'm gonna go out and-
I would. I want to. Find out for sure what this is. And I don't like. So it's not exactly. 30 days. We can go.
Yes. I'll see if I can answer it. See, I need my glasses for distance, not to read. So if I'm reading something, I have my glasses on, I have to do this number. Where I'm like,
Is that all you want?
okay.
Mr. Hinojosa?
I can't see a CEO.
Mhm. Okay, sure. Yes. All right, thanks. All right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 6701, State of Texas versus John Corwin Schulte. Can I have the parties approach and announce for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Bradley Thornton for defense.
And how do you pronounce your last name?
You pronounce it correctly, Shelter.
Schulte. All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same John Corwin Schulte who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 6707 for the offense of deadly conduct misdemeanor on October 26, 2023 for a term of 1 year? Is that you?
Yes.
Right, state?
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 23rd day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, John Corwin Schulte, did then and there consume alcoholic beverages in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
All right. Did you understand by pleading, any objections to the waiver?
No objections.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 1 year at the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2? Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, yes, the proposed agreement is to alter and amend to add the UA hotline, 90 days of sober support meetings for 90 days, or 90 sober support meetings in 90 days, apologies. A TAP eval and then supportive outpatient.
All right. Is that what you're asking the court to do?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Schulte has completed all other terms of his probation, has paid his fines, and is completely up to date. We've had this one minor hiccup, and I think that would address any problems that he has, Your Honor. We'd ask the court to follow that recommendation.
Probation?
Your Honor, what the state described is the recommendation, Judge.
All right. You know you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation?
Yes.
If you do, then a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 2 true, deny the motion, alter and amend conditions, to include the UA hotline until further notice. There's to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. TAP evaluation, follow TAP recommendations, And of course, follow them with these exceptions. If TAP is asking for inpatient treatment, he'll begin on outpatient treatment, intensive. If they're just asking for intensive treatment, then he'll begin on just sober support. And I'm going to extend you for 3 months. And that extension for 3 months, that's part of your punishment.
Understood.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Probation, is there anything else he needs?
If it's outpatient, it's recommended that sober support, but you meant supportive outpatient.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
That's no.
In your honor, Mr. Schulte's vehicle is no longer working. He can't drive it, obviously, as a condition of his DWI. And so he's learning how to do these things without transportation. And so he's let me know that he's already doing AA meetings, doing them online. And so he's going to continue trying to do everything he can that way to be successful.
All right, awesome.
Once he's figuring this out.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful, thank you.
So they're doing
Joe Edward Serta. David Vietti. Erin Sturm.
She should be on Zoom. Wait,
She's not.
just got a message from me. Sorry.
Move on to the bottom of the bag. Yeah, right now I pull out the pencil and do that. Yeah, they go to my office and they take a look at this. Yes. Especially these other states.
All right, Ms. Gay, are you ready on Sturm?
A moment.
Okay.
I haven't talked to you.
Who's here? Mark Guerrero?
I am on. Jose Rocha.
I'll wait up.
Court is calling 2019 CR 11687, State of Texas versus Mark Guerrero
Hank Wilkins for the state.
All right.
You have the.
for the defense.
Jose Rocha, Your Honor.
And are you Mark Guerrero?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so everybody, this is the last time I'm giving this instruction. When we're on the record, do not talk behind the court reporter. And everyone, please remember, this is a courtroom, so you need to whisper. If you cannot whisper, then you need to take your conversation outside. And by all means, the way people are talking and not whispering now, when you come before the bench, please do not bring your whispering up here. Talk the way you've been talking in the courtroom.
Okay.
All right, are you Mr. Guerrero?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Mark Guerrero who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 11687 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on January 15, 2020 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Violated condition number 41 on or about the 13th day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant.
Excuse me. Off the record, I had a concern with saying this is a possession less than a gram case because the judgment says that this is a possession 1 to 4 grams, which makes this a 3rd-degree felony. So if y'all want to check that and see, because this probation, the deferred for 8 years for a state jail felony, I found that concerning. But as I'm looking at the judgment, it's supposed to be possession of controlled substance penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams. So this motion to revoke is incorrect. So if y'all want to step back and have that corrected, you can. If you want to proceed, and counsel, if you need more time to prepare with that correction, then you're more than able to have that time.
Yes, Your Honor. That would be good. I believe there was another attorney that had
I'm sorry, what?
I believe that there was another attorney that had handled the original case.
Okay.
And I had spoken to the district attorney's office, but I would step back and talk.
All right, so if y'all are, because the motion to revoke needs to be corrected. All right, thank you.
Just go ahead and No. I was trying to do it with my lower field shoes. Anyways, it was important.
What's going on?
Am I in?
What's going on?
Y'all didn't relate to me because you were.
It's the same.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm saying.
No, no, it's fine.
I think it was your. But I.
We're trying to promise you. It was, yeah. Yeah.
He's next.
It was basically on just all the shooting.
All right, thank you.
Still a good result.
I wouldn't.
Hi,
Just saying hi to you.
hi, how's it going?
All right.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Thank you, Bill. I really do that. It's an understood.
Excuse me, you just have to wait for your attorney, okay? All right, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Check to see how many days. Gentleman has in.
All right, Nathan Martinez.
Yes, Judge.
Hello. Hello. So what are we here for on this case?
Well, Judge, this is the case with the pending capital murder.
Mhm.
So I wasn't really sure, do we really need to go forward on these MTRs with the capital murder and the other two?
All right, so is this on the docket today or no?
It was the MTRs were, not the capital, because it's not even indicted yet.
Okay.
So I
No,
just-
we don't need to go. I'm trying to see what page this is on. Ah, there we are. So no, we will not be going forward on the motion to revoke.
No, we're good. I just, wanted to touch base, make sure.
No problem. So do we have a setting date?
He's not indicted
For
on any of the
the-
new felonies.
Where are you all exchanging? I'm sure you guys are not exchanging discovery yet, or?
No, Judge, I'm sort of other cases at current public, but I mean,
There's some discovery that has been uploaded that we've downloaded. Well, actually, there's quite a lot. I'm sure there's gonna be more.
well, usually what happens, Judge, since intake has it at this moment, they're processing all that, the evidence to be turned over and uploaded at this point. Relatively, the beginning process, I guess you could say, Judge.
All right, so since we have the capital that's outstanding, and I'm sure you all don't know, is it going to be non-death or you don't know that yet?
I do not.
All right, so what I'm going to do on these cases, I'm going to reset these cases. I'm going to reset these cases for April 30th.
Okay, Judge.
And Mr. Martinez, that's just really to see about the capital case. And then, of course, if people want to do something on these motions to revoke, they can do something on the motion to revoke. But we're going to recall both of these for April 30th.
Thank you, Judge, very much. May we
Right,
be
thank you.
excused?
Yes.
Thank
Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
Just one sister. I'm sorry, did you say April 3rd?
April 30th.
Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Not right now, just give me a moment. And is it something that's on my docket?
Yes,
Did you confer with the state?
I did.
Have you conferred with your client?
Yeah.
Then you need to have the file pulled.
Okay.
We can just leave it like that because that one was just. Sure. All right, no problem. Christian Smith.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's everything going?
It's as good as it can be, Judge.
Well, it can always be better, right?
It can always be better. Mr. Smith here. Today we're asking the court for another reset. Mr. Smith was recently in a car accident and has not finished part of his PTD deals to do a class.
Mhm.
And they hadn't had the money to finish the class. So that's what we're asking for, is another standard reset.
All right, this will be the last reset for him to finish whatever he needs to finish. Okay, and let me. All right, I'm gonna recall this back for February 29th.
I am out of state that day on vacation lettering, Judge.
Oh, look at you on vacation. Where you headed?
Vegas,
How long?
like 3 nights. My
Okay.
cousin's getting married, so
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, all right.
Are they gonna have the
I'm with it.
Elvis person officiate, or they're gonna have?
If possible.
Oh my
It
God.
is possible. It's one of those very casual weddings.
All right, so I'll put you down for February 22nd then.
We can do February 22nd.
All right, I'll give you a reset form and then you will be excused.
Let's have a seat. I'm gonna go and give it to you tomorrow.
Here you are.
Judge.
Welcome. All right, thank you. Christopher Morrison.
Mr. Morrison was told he could appear by Zoom, but we did not
Yes.
get the link, but he
He's on Zoom.
He
He's
is
been
not, okay.
waiting. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Morrison, you need to show your video and you need to unmute.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
All right, thank you. All right,
Ask
and
me,
Mr. Morrison, let me just tell you, if I'm allowing you to appear by Zoom, Snake Fest t-shirts are not appropriate courtroom attire. You understand?
yes.
All right. So this is supposed to be the final discovery?
And Judge, I was just gonna ask for a short reset. I did reach out to the detective. I did reach out using the email that defense had provided at the last setting. She did go over it. I did send it to Javier, who was the prior, or the other defense counsel. Yeah, I think he was.
Yes, Judge, and if I may, I'm sorry, I'm standing in for Javier and Shane, and they're both in trial in Kendall County together, so.
So I sent the emails that she sent me where she went through and said, this is what we have, this is what we don't have. So I sent it to him and then I looked, she did upload quite a bit of new discovery on this case. And
Okay.
I think there was one video that defense mentioned that didn't work for them that I just need to test out. But it should have been included in the last batch as a re-upload.
All right. This is going to be the last setting for this case. The court is calling it back on February 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And your client can appear by Zoom, but if he's dressed inappropriately, those Zoom privileges will be revoked.
I will make sure that he understands that, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yes,
I understand. My apologies. I forgot.
no problem. Thank you.
Bye.
You're excused.
No, I said. Yes.
Robert Castillo. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Judge, we've gotten the discovery downloaded and we've reviewed it. We were conferring with Daniel this morning, Mr. Escobar. There are a couple things that are missing that we're trying to figure out where they are, if they exist at all, and kind of what the status is with them. One is a Tesla video that actually,
Sorry, which video?
a Tesla video.
And Judge,
Mhm.
there's a gap that was mentioned in the prosecution guide, so defense asked if I could reach out, possibly Tesla has that filling in gap.
Okay. So the Tesla video and what else?
And there's also, there was an IDR that was done.
Which, by the way, you never had any problem with Kit, but okay.
Oh, no, you never had a problem with kids.
Now we're there,
No,
right?
no, no.
It took you a while.
It took me a second.
Daniel still doesn't know what we're talking about. Knight Rider? Oh, Daniel knows. Zach wouldn't know, but okay.
But there's also, there was an IDR report that was done from a call that went in from 911. We didn't see the call on the discovery, but we're gonna go back and look. Maybe we just missed that. There's a
Okay.
lot of stuff. But there, we thought there would be a police report from that 911 call, but then it may have gotten absorbed in, but we need to go and find that 911 call. There's also a witness who was the passenger in the vehicle, that we need to interview as well. So that's kind of where we are with this. So we're trying to find out who made the 911 call. We're trying to find out if that Tesla video exists. We need.
So with regards to the passenger, did anybody ever interview the passenger or is?
Yes, police did, Judge.
Police interviewed him. He had a charge down in one of the county courts. That charge got dismissed. He's here pursuant to a subpoena today from Mr. Escobar. And so I think at some point we'll probably get a bunch of attorneys here.
All right, so how much time do y'all need for this discovery?
Judge Tesla, that should only be a week or two just to reach out to them, see if they have that video.
All right.
Yeah, we'll give you 30 days. Probably.
Otherwise, I think I told the fence that if they need me to re-upload or show them the 911 call, I can do that, but I'm pretty sure it was included in everything I gave.
All right, is February 15th enough time?
That should be enough, Judge,
Should be good, Judge.
but if we need some for any reason, I will let you know them.
All right, so we'll put it at February 15th. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Judge, get that witness in mind, just that she is subject to.
All right, let's bring him up.
Excuse me. Yes.
Bring him seat.
Right, Wilson. Come here. Hey. Mr. Whitton.
All right, what is your name?
Tony Lerma Jr.
All right, you have an attorney here with you?
Attorney Bradford.
All right, so let me explain something to you, and maybe your attorney has explained it to you, maybe not. You have been issued a subpoena. Did you receive the subpoena?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what that means is you have to show up to court when you're asked to show up for court because you're under subpoena.
That's fine.
If you do not follow those instructions, you know what's going to end up happening? Let me tell you what's going to end up happening, because I've represented people who didn't want to abide by a subpoena. This is what's going to happen. State's going to come in. They're going to say, you've been served. I'm talking to you now. You've said you've been served, so I know you've been served. If you don't show up, guess what? They're going to send the sheriffs out or the police out to find you wherever you may be. If you are at the grocery store at the checkout line, they're going to place you in handcuffs and bring you to court. If you are in middle of line to pick up your children at school pickup, they may be nice and say, hey, we're not going to, take you in cuffs here. They may not be. They may say, you know what? You had this, you didn't appear. We're putting you in cuffs and they're going to bring you to court. And then maybe or maybe not, you may be placed at the Bexar County Jail and you will be brought over when you're needed to testify. Do we want any of this to happen?
No, ma'am.
All right, so you have the subpoena, follow those rules, and your attorney will tell you what could happen if you don't follow those rules, the consequences. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Life would be so much simpler for everybody if everybody would follow the rules. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything you don't understand about the subpoena? All right. Anything else?
Yeah, Judge.
All right, thank you. And then let me give your client their reset form.
Thank you, John.
All right, you're welcome. Mark Guerrero. Court is calling 2019 CR 11687, State of Texas versus Mark Guerrero. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense,
Jose Rocha.
are you Mark Guerrero?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you a document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you had ample time to go over this motion with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Are you the same Mark Guerrero who's placed on deferred adjudication? Excuse me. Hey, people in the box. This is not visitation for you all. You're not allowed to talk. Inmates, you're not allowed to talk to each other in the box. No problem. Just don't do it again. Now you know. All right. Are you the same Mark Guerrero who's placed on deferred adjudication and cause number 2019 CR 11687 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on January 15th, 2020 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 41 on or about the 13th day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Mark Guerrero, did then and there fail to comply with the rules and regulations of the felony drug court, in that the defendant failed to call the UA line in violation of condition number 41.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We waive the other violations alleged in the motion.
Any
No
objections to the waivers?
No objections, sir.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 41, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 41?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 41 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, we're asking that the defendant go to safety followed by aftercare, return to regular supervision. I'm sorry, we're asking that you deny the motion also.
And that's our understanding, Your Honor.
Probation?
Yes, Judge, that is the recommendation.
All right, then the court will deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include safety. What is the wait time for safety?
About 25 days, Your Honor.
Okay. Followed by aftercare. And then the UA hotline. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
All right. We can go off the record. If there's an issue with probation and you talk to your officer and you feel as though they're not addressing that, you can always come to court. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Erin Sturm? And Ms. Sturm, you need to show your video and unmute.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. All right, so probation, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, I believe counsel would be the best person to ask in regards to where she is with her treatment.
Your Honor, she has been accepted into a 16-week program with it's a group and individual counseling through Hill Country MNDD. And I've received an encrypted message. So Ms. Sturm did attend there. They do 2 intakes. She did attend her second intake, and she went to her class, her first one already. And it's just very difficult. I'm not trying to say anything bad about the program or anything. It's just information's a little difficult to get, but I was able to get that information for the court.
All right. So with regards to the motion to revoke, state, are you asking it to withdraw the motion, alter the main conditions to include this program?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any objections to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. So what we're going to do then, probation, they're going to withdraw the motion, alter and amend conditions, to include inpatient treatment at HCMHDD Center. And Ms. Sturm, you to sign a release to probation so that they can receive updates. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, one of the things, she was doing her probation in Bandera County.
Mhm.
And when she got this MTR, of course, they kicked it back over here. Can she still do that? Are we going to keep her there?
Probation?
Your Honor, we would have to re-refer to Bandera County
All right.
with your permission.
All right, then the court will ask for a transfer to Bandera County, but her case is not transferred to Bandera until probation lets her know it's been transferred.
Okay.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Yes.
You said inpatient.
Because I believe they're telling me is this an inpatient?
No, this is an outpatient.
All right, then she's to be in outpatient treatment with them for the
Thank-
16 weeks.
Thank you very much. I didn't catch it. I was thinking in outpatient. So thank you. Catching it.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Sturm, I'm gonna need you to stay on Zoom. Do y'all want to talk to her through Zoom probation?
Your Honor, the fact that we're extremely busy in here today, I would ask that I have the ability to call Mr. after the talk.
All right, you need to make sure you're available for a call from probation. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and usually those numbers come up as 335 numbers or block numbers. Just make sure you answer them.
Yes, Your Honor. I will
Although
do
it
that.
could be for warranty as well. All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Welcome. Where's his attorney? All right, could somebody? All right, thank you.
David Vietti. David Vietti, he's not here.
Kelly Cochner, is this something? All right, where's Kelly Cochner?
I'm trying to go on.
All right, so I received this order for inspection of records. Have you reviewed this?
That wasn't my understanding.
We're here on a bond issue. I filed a
Nope.
motion.
This is the motion I received. This is
Yeah.
not for bond.
Sorry.
I apologize, Judge. We have a bond motion.
All right, as soon as the court receives that, I'll take it up.
Let me,
All right, Louis Gara. I think, has he been brought over yet?
go ahead.
All right, can somebody call Mr. Churek? And let him know his client is here? Is there any defense attorney who has Churek's number?
I got it.
All right, thank you. David Vargas. Oh, did you need something?
Oh, thank you. No, Judge. Thank you.
Oh, right, Judge.
No problem. Could I have a stamp for a motion to revoke, please? Oh, no problem. It's busy Friday's Eve. Court is calling 2018 CR 5087, State of Texas versus David R. Vargas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Michael Dwight going to the defendant, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Vargas?
John.
All right, everyone, when we're on the record, there's a sign that says, do not approach the clerk when we're on the record. You, Mr. Vargas?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sure.
You're gonna need to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same David R. Vargas who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 5087 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on August 6, 2019 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
All right, this time I think defense was asking for some more time for this hearing to maybe see if they can go address the misdemeanor. That's the new number one in County Court 6.
Oh, Your Honor, that's what probation put on their vote notes.
All right,
They
so,
want us to take care of the county court number 6. We're set February the 29th. I'm willing to run down there right now and try to get it moved up.
all right, it needs to be moved up from February 29th. So what we'll do is we'll have your client in the box if you go down
I'll
and
route
see.
back, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Judge, I should have let the court know.
Oh, that's okay.
I'll return quickly, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, David Vietti,
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on that.
Appropriate.
where is he?
He's apparently on his way to Laurel Ridge. I spoke with him. He's mentally ill. He's on probation, Judge. He's in the MIC unit. He's got an elderly mother who hired me a couple of weeks ago. We bonded him out. He's not on his meds. I talked to him. He wasn't rational. His sister was bringing him to court. The mother is on her way to Laurel Ridge to try to get the documentation that they're checking him in. He had an encounter with law enforcement on some level. They sent me a picture of the police officer. And
All right, so a warrant is going to be issued if there's proof that he's in Laurel Ridge or something is presented to the court, then the court will reconsider.
bring that.
All right, just 1 second. Could I have a prosecutor? All right, court is calling 2022 CR 4505, State of Texas versus David Anthony Vietti. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Is that done for the state?
Defense?
Ernest Acevedo, third for Mr. Vietti.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at at 9 a.m. It is now 10:36 a.m. The defendant has not made an appearance. Defense?
Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Vietti. He is mentally ill. He is on your mental health caseload. In speaking to him, he was clearly not rational. Speaking to his mother, apparently he's not been on his meds and he was not in a condition that he could be brought. They sent me a picture. There was some encounter with law enforcement. He didn't get arrested. I think he threatened suicide. And from what I understand, he is right now on his way to Laurel Ridge. His mother is on the way over there, even though she was sick, to try to find out what's going on. But he's supposed to give me some information showing that they are checking him in because he's not at a point of competency right now. And he's been in Laurel Ridge before, so they know who he is. And I'm trying to get documentation of that. It's ongoing as we speak.
All right, state.
Of course, the state would defer to the court, but the state would respectfully request a bond forfeiture.
All right, the bond forfeiture will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. Of course, if the court receives documentation that he's at Laurel Ridge, the court will reconsider. All right, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Holy shit, 13 years. Why?
David Vargas. Who's here on David Vargas?
It gets you out of here. Yeah, it gets me out of here.
Oh, yeah. Blotting out like since that's okay. 3 days.
What?
Kelly Cochner. Is the attorney for Kelly Cochner here?
Step out.
All right. All right, thank you. All right, who are the parties on Hinojosa? Raul Hinojosa? Okay.
So the penalty is.
Yes. Hello. Yes, and who's your client?
Mr. Vargas, she's at 96.
Yes.
I spoke to the DA and six and the court coordinator. The blood went in November the 30th. They're not expecting it back till May.
Your email.
I'm just relaying a message, Judge.
Okay. All right. Is he in one of the cells?
Yes, he is, Judge.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's actually the county this.
All right, who's here on Vargas? Come down, please. Yeah. All right, state on this, they're telling me May, that's too far away for this motion to revoke.
I was speaking to Hank.
So what I'm gonna do, no problem,
I'll explain what's going on if you want me to, yes.
sure.
He has a DWI second and a driving license invalid out of 6. The blood draw November 30th. They're not expecting the blood back till May.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall this, and I'm gonna recall this for February 22nd. And we'll see where we are.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you.
And is he expected to bond out?
He's already, there's a man without bond in this court, Your Honor.
All right, let me give him a reset form.
And I'm going to file a motion to set bond in this.
Yes,
You said February 22nd or
22nd.
22nd?
And once he signs the reset form, you are excused.
Motion to set bond file here. From the jail bond on 3 cases because they're not going to go from May down.
And if this case is not worked out on that day, then we'll come back for a contested. So on February 22nd, if they're not working things out, then it's going to be a new court date for a contested.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll just put this as a date in the system as a discovery, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Wait for that part, Judge.
Thank you. All right, is Deputy Mejia back there?
He's back here, Your Honor.
May I come back there?
Yeah, you can come back here. Judge, you can come back here.
All right, just give us a moment. Yes.
Yes.
It was Monday.
No, Judge, and if I didn't see you.
We're still gonna keep it as a Friday's Eve. Mark Chacon? Who's here for Mark Chacon?
Right here, Judge.
All right, what is happening with this case?
Judge, we've conferred, we've gone over the reports and the videos. The state's going to allow Mr. Chacon to apply for control diversion.
Okay. All right, we'll set this reset for February 29th for PTD. And I'll give you a reset form. After you receive that, you are excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, please come around.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Raul Hinosa,
Yes, Judge, we're ready.
probation, there's no application. Court is calling 2022 CR 9686C, State of Texas versus Raul Hinosa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense,
Bridget Garza.
are you Mr. Hinosa?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Hinosa, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Hinosa, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hinosa, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. You'd agree that you've been previously convicted of a felony. and there is no application. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 was all attached.
No objections.
States you can continue to confer. Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. Dinah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna slow down. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking the court to follow the recommendation of the state of Texas. And we're also asking the court to give him credit for the time that he's been at the Bexar County Jail. I'd also like the court to take notice that while he was out on bond on this case, he was on probation in Del Rio for a felony offense. And he was later transferred to Del Rio, where Aaliyah Moses sentenced him to 14 months. She revoked his probation and she sentenced him to 14 months. So we're asking the court to give him credit for those 14 months. Case number DR 20M00564.
And do you have the specific dates?
I do not have those specific dates, Your Honor.
All right, if you'll make sure that you give those to the clerk.
Okay.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served and credit for any time served in DR 20M00564. Going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
I'm 24.
44? You have choices to make. Either you want to spend the rest of your life in and out of somebody's prison or in and out of somebody's jail, or either you want to do better and be better. Otherwise, you're going to wake up and find yourself having spent the majority of your life in somebody's jail or prison. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome.
I don't have the dates, but I have the rap sheet where it said that he got sentenced.
All right. We are going to take up Tracy Spencer, and then after Tracy Spencer, it will be Gara. And then after Gara, it will be Kotner. Are the parties ready on Tracy Spencer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's Spencer? Court is calling, and this is a motion to revoke. Court is calling 2020 CR 5443, State of Texas versus Tracy Shane Spencer. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense.
Andrew Hicks.
And are you Tracy Spencer?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Going to show you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Tracy Shane Spencer who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 5443 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on September 3rd, 2020 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violating condition number 2 on or about the 27th day of November 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Tracy Shane Spencer did then and there illegally use a controlled substance, namely methamphetamine, in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It is true, Your Honor.
State.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violating conditions.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 4 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
I do,
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there is not, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Requesting revocation, Your Honor.
Defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Spencer about this, and he wanted to defer to the court and just to be able to plead his case of what he's done so far on probation to the court.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Tracy Shane Spencer.
All right, what would you like to say?
I'm just, honestly, Your Honor, I would just like to be complete with this. I mean, I'm almost done 4 years on probation, 3.5 to be exact.
All right, so here's the main question. What have you done?
I've done a year in PIF. I've done a lifetime recovery for 3 months.
Was that inpatient treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Uh,
And you were in felony drug court, is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
Why are you no longer in felony drug court? Why are you before me?
Because on Thanksgiving around the time my parents both passed away in 2013, I proceeded to do some ice.
All right, so here's the thing, what I know about felony drug court, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I'm fine with people correcting me and telling me, no, judge, that's incorrect, you're wrong. So what I know about felony drug court, because I used to be an attorney in felony drug court, and I'm one of the first attorneys who was ever in felony drug court when it was created.
I remember
So-
on the graduation last October.
So here's the thing. I know that if you have a relapse in felony drug court, they will work with you. So for them not to work with you, there has been something else that has been going on with them other than this is your first relapse. It's a matter of you not trying. So you want to explain to me why you're not in felony drug court?
There's so much to explain. I was just in it it is a very good program. I mean, it did a lot for me, and I was happy with the way I was progressing. It was a lifetime of fighting myself, and that's where I fell short.
Okay. All right, anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
State, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So what are you asking for, counsel?
We're deferring to the wisdom of the court. The probation has recommended safety. State has recommended revocation. We're hoping for maybe a happy Not even medium, because I guess it wouldn't be in between both of those, but again, we're deferring to the court's wisdom on this.
Probation, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, the recommendation on the first summary is for the executive. They followed by aftercare.
All right, I'm gonna give you a choice. Here's your choice. I can revoke you. I'll sentence you to 3 years, give you credit for any time served. Legally, I must give you credit for any time served. You'll receive credit for any inpatient treatment that you've done as well, that's been successfully completed. Or what's going to end up happening, I'm going to deny the motion. I'm going to extend you for 3 years and you're going to safety. So those are your two choices. Do not try to talk to me about any other choice. Those are your two choices. 3 years, or either you will be extended for 3 years and you're going to safety.
First one, please.
All right. Court is finding violation of condition number 2 true. See, he doesn't want treatment. Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served, credit for any time served and inpatient treatment that was successfully completed. There's to be a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Did you pay the $60 fee to SAPD for restitution?
I paid a couple $1,000 towards the felony drug court.
All right.
The amount of the restitution, $50, then
All right, there's to be restitution of $50.70 to SAPD for drug testing. Anything else with regards to sentencing?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Right. And I'm sorry, I didn't ask before, but are you, this was the choice you made, so are you waiving your right to appeal?
Remember, you would discuss that.
Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification, if you'll go around. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because I've given you what you've asked for, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to go off the record. Obviously, you still have a drug issue, right? And technically, you're not in sobriety if you're using. There are so many places that we have in San Antonio and throughout the country where they will give you free treatment for any type of drug addiction you may be going through. If you do not take care of your issue, you know what's going to end up happening? You're either going to end up picking up more cases because you have people who are drug users, not drug dealers. The reason why they have cases is because they were caught before they had a chance to use the drug, right? So either you're going to get caught for that, or either what could end up happening is somebody could be asking to identify the body that's found on the side of the street or in a field, and that may be you. Because the last time you use may be the last time you use. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe we excuse.
Yes. Who is here on Luis Gara?
I am Judge.
All right, thank you. Adriana? Yeah. This is gonna be a plea.
my client moved to one of these chairs for me to talk to him.
And then who is here on John Matthew Torres?
Here, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2021 CR 11077, State of Texas versus John Matthew Torres. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Judge, I
Prosecution says he's still looking at the screen. I was waving, trying to.
Okay, all right, thank you. I saw the wave, but I didn't know what it meant.
Thought I was saying hello.
Okay, all right, thank you.
One
Just have a
moment.
seat. We'll get to you.
Thank you.
Who is here on Christopher Acosta? All right, where are we on the medical information?
So he had COVIDs between the last court setting and now. He missed his appointment with his neurologist. He has another appointment being scheduled as of this morning. What were they telling you?
Tuesday next week.
All right, so let me ask you all this. What is the end game for this case? That's what I need to know.
Sure. The end game is trying to work out a situation where he does not go to the penitentiary.
All right, and state,
Yes, Your Honor.
where are you on the defense's end game?
They want him to go to the penitentiary.
We have understands that, yes, Your Honor. That's
Okay, so the offer has been tendered,
Yes, ma'am.
and is his medical issue, I'm sure you're aware of the medical issue, is that going to change anything with you all?
I don't believe that it would with us, Judge. I think it might if we did, depending on the offer that I think you wanted, that might be something the court might be interested in.
I'm an optimist and I think that the medical information would be beneficial and might change their offer. My client is suffering from seizures on a weekly basis, sometimes 2 or 3 a week. In the shower, at home, wherever he just is having these seizures. It's been a very debilitating thing for him. And he's been suffering from this basically since last fall.
Yeah. A year.
So.
All right. We're going to come back on February 22nd. That will be the last plea deadline date.
Okay.
After that, it's going to trial.
Sure. Thank you, Judge.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
it.
And I will give you the reset form. Once you all have signed it, then you are excused.
You're the new Norma.
Yeah, yes, she is out with medical issues.
Oh, poor girl.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You must have given it to. The asylum. All right, so she'll do that.
Yes, sir.
Judge, may I approach?
Just one moment. All right, is there someone talking to somebody in the box? You're outside. Kelly Kotner.
He's here, Judge. I apologize, Judge. I was in a jury trial in another court. and we
Oh,
had
which
to
court
take
were
a
you in
verdict.
jury trial in?
Yes,
I mean, which court?
it was in the 186th.
Oh, okay.
You want her in the middle here?
Yes. All right, court is calling Nightmag number 7402666, State of Texas versus Kelly Kotner. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
defense?
George Sharman on behalf of the defendant.
All right, defendant has filed a motion to alter and amend conditions of bond. State, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion?
Yes, Your Honor, our understanding was that they were trying to get her off of her full house arrest, EPS.
All right, and state, do you have any objection to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense, do you have any witnesses?
Well, I've got my client here to explain to you that
All right, you want to call her as a witness?
on the bond issue alone.
Okay, all right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Kelly Michelle Cotton.
All right, defense?
Ms. Codner, do you have two ankle monitors on you right now?
Yes, sir.
You have, what is it?
One is a GPS monitor, the other is a scram monitor. On my left ankle is the scram. Excuse me, my right ankle is the scram.
All right. Now, have you signed an affidavit of non-driving?
Yes, sir.
And so you don't drive or own a vehicle?
That is correct.
Now, as far as the cost, how much is this costing you every month to do this?
300 for each monitor is 600 a month total.
And are you employed?
No, I am retired.
All right. Do you live on a budget?
Oh, absolutely.
So are you asking the court to relieve you of the monitor for house arrest
Yes, sir.
to save some money? And are you willing to do some other monitoring program to have the judge feel safe for the community?
Yes, sir.
Well, for example, you could also have to blow into some device or something like that, or maybe take urine analysis every now and then, right?
Yes, sir.
And would you like to have the freedom to come visit your lawyer whenever you wish?
Yes, sir.
To shop for food whenever you wish?
Yes, sir.
And need to take clothing to the laundry and whatever?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you're asking the judge to do, to take you off house arrest?
Yes, sir.
All right, state any questions?
Ms. Connor, were you recently on parole for offense?
Yes, it expired prior to me being arrested for any new offense.
What offense were you on parole for?
DWI.
And how many DWI convictions do you have?
I believe I have 5. Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
I believe I have 5.
Okay.
Nothing from the state.
All right, any follow-up?
No, Judge, I think she's on bond. So far, there've been no violations of any kind, and she's presumed innocent here. So the fact that she has a record shouldn't prevent her from being out on bond and to have the ability to do the necessary things that most everybody does.
And Judge, just the state was going to offer the defendant's Bexar County criminal history and the police report in this case, just for the purposes of this hearing.
And I object to that, Judge. I don't know that that's relevant to.
Okay, all right, I don't need to hear that. Thank you. Anything else?
That's all.
All right. Motion will be denied. All right, thank you.
We got it worked out, Mr. Torres.
All right, John Matthew Torres. And then after that, it is going to be Gasper Rodriguez. And this is a motion to revoke. Court is calling 2021 CR 11077, State of Texas versus John Matthew Torres. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Pat Montgomery for John Matthew Torres.
And are you John Matthew Torres?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same John Matthew Torres who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 11077 for the offense of robbery on March 14, 2022 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, John Matthew Torres, the then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January, February, June, July, and August of 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objections?
None, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, I think it's revocation, it's just, there's a disagreement on time.
Actually, rather than going open, we had agreed to the state's 6-year recommendation to the court.
All right.
For the bank time.
All right, so you all in agreement to 6 years?
On the revocation, yes, Your Honor. Perhaps I shouldn't have, but I was somewhat joking with Daniel and
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that he understood, yes, we have an agreed recommendation.
All right. And probation, what is your recommendation? And do you know, was there any restitution for Roberto Flores? All right, the court then will grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and you are waiving your right to appeal? All right.
We agree.
Anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. You're gonna have to make some changes.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Let's see.
I just go through this quick question to the court.
What's your question?
I just have a question about some paperwork.
Mhm.
Judge, on the motion to, we're gonna file an open plea on the motion to adjudicate.
Mhm.
So I checked the blocks. It's not a plea bargain that they had.
No, here's the thing. Nobody else checks the block but the court.
Okay,
So that's who checks the block.
okay.
All right.
But I mean, I have to inform him of his right to appeal. I think.
No, but here's the thing. I decide whether or not they have a right to appeal or not. You can inform them of everything that's in that. I know defense attorneys will check boxes, but yes. Thank you.
Do you have any documentation?
Who's here on Gasper Rodriguez? And this is a motion to revoke. Court is calling 2023 CR 4768, State of Texas versus Gasper Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Casey Garahan, Your Honor.
David McLean for the defense.
Are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I have.
Are you the same Gasper Rodriguez who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 4768 for the offense of credit debit card abuse on August 9th, 2023 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1, on or about the 13th day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Gasper Rodriguez, committed the offense of burglary of a building in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Waive the remaining violated condition.
No objection, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $500 fine?
I believe so. Yes, Your Honor.
So did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
Yes.
And that is to deny the motion to revoke community supervision. Take into consideration cause number 742296. That's a night bag of the burglary of the building that he has pled true to. Then alternative amend to include this individual on the NIC caseload. And then also to have the local ISF and also to have a TAP evaluation done while in custody, Your Honor.
Judge, that's our understanding, in support of the MIC, caseload, management. My client's informed me he has a diagnosis of schizophrenia and he is interested in trying to maintain, his mental health through that unit.
Probation.
Your Honor,
I want to let both parties know, I understand the issue of mental health. But his previous plea agreement, there were cases that were taken in consideration. And now he's picked up another case. Why shouldn't I just sentence him? And I understand he has mental health issues, but at some point.
Part of the problem, Judge, is that he has a substance abuse issue as well. That's interfering with his mental health issues. And we got to try and get him sober so the mental health medications can work. And so that's what we're hoping we can do with the ISF and get him corrected and back on track here.
Probation.
Your Honor, the recommendation from probation is to amend conditions for local ISL, the NIC caseload, and have a TAP done in custody. We do not have a TAP, so we're unaware of any substance abuse issues. I just don't have much information on his background.
All right. This is what the court will do then. Because I'm a firm believer that you give people help and then if they don't take advantage of it, then that's on them. But I see that a MIC evaluation hasn't been done for you. The court is going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include the following. And this is going to take place while he's in custody.
Your Honor, before you begin.
Yes.
A MIC evaluation was done on.
Okay.
Is eligible for the MIC caseload.
All right, thank you. So this is what's going to happen in custody. There's going to be a referral to felony drug court. If he is not eligible for felony drug court, then we can do ISF.
Your Honor,
He's to be on the MIC caseload. And I'm sorry, what the cause number being taken in consideration is NIMAG number 742296.
That's correct, Judge.
Yeah, just. I
Yes.
just would like to add no contact with that location. It's a T-Mobile. And I do have an address if you would like it.
All right, TAP evaluation in custody, and there's to be no contact with T-Mobile. There are other places that do cell phones other than T-Mobile. I apologize to T-Mobile for eliminating a potential customer. Anything else? All right. Is there anything else you need from the court?
I'm trying to understand what just took place here.
All right, this is what is taking place. Number one, you're not being revoked, so you're going to continue to be on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand that.
Number two, they're going to do some evaluations for you, and those evaluations are going to take place while you're in custody.
Do you know the length of time?
You're probably looking at 2-3 weeks. That's better than 2 years in the state jail facility, which is what I was going to sentence you to. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So while you're in custody, felony drug court is going to come see you to see if you're eligible for their program. You need to be honest with them about your drug use, honest with them about your mental health issues, because they have a dual diagnosis program that could address that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Who's here on Jose Gutierrez? All right, come forward. And after Jose Gutierrez, it will be Luis Gara. And then after Luis Gara, Joe Serta. All right, Jose Gutierrez, where are you? Come forward. Probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2023 CR 10429B, State of Texas versus Jose Gutierrez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense,
Robert Gaona for the defendant.
are you Jose Gutierrez?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Gutierrez, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Mr. Gutierrez, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of burglary of a building with intent to commit theft as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter a plea in this case? You need to speak up.
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Gutierrez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Nope.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to Veronica Garza and Sandra Avalos and Cats 1 and 2. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No motions, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No consent.
State, any evidence?
State offer states Exhibit 1 and all happened.
No objection, Your Honor.
States you may continue to confer, showing you the document entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I just asked the court to follow the recommendation of the state, Your Honor.
All right. What is your relationship to Anna Marie De La Rosa? What is your relationship to Grace Rocha?
Nothing.
All right. This is what are you employed? You need to say yes or no. Are you employed?
Yes.
What do you do?
I help my brother on ACs.
I'm sorry, what?
I have a brother and I'll help him on ACs.
All right. What else do you do in your day?
Just that. Okay.
All right. If you're drug tested, what are the results going to be?
With what?
If you are given a drug test, which will happen today,
Mhm.
what are the results going to be?
Negative.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Restitution and no contact. I'm sorry, restitution to and no contact with Veronica Garza and Sandra Avalos. There's to be no contact with Anna Marie De La Rosa, Grace V as in Victor Rocha, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. No unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Then at probation's discretion. Regular random UAs. All right, with regards to cats 1 and 2, don't take what doesn't belong to you. Don't steal. If somebody asks you to leave a location, you need to leave it. You understand?
Amen.
So just instead of cats 1 and 2, because I know that's extremely long, just give them a theft course. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, no.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, do you have time for me to approach?
Is it something that's not on the docket?
Yes, but you asked me to bring proof of scram.
All right, just give it to them and I'll take it up when we're done. All right, and state, you may want to call Mr. Cox because we're taking up Mr. Lynn today. Okay. Luis Gara. And probation, I'm sorry, this is an application. Sure, all right, just have a seat, give us one moment. Probation, just let the court know when you're ready. And counsel, you have a sheet for me?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
It's just my client's receipt that she installed Scram. You asked me to bring proof by the 29th.
Okay, all right, they'll just put it on the. They'll include it with this,
Okay.
that she's on Scram.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for your patience.
Sure.
Your Honor, may I approach again?
Yes.
I've conferred with counsel on that motion about fees, and they have no opposition to the reduction or waiver of fees on the monitors.
Let me just tell you what will happen. I'll put in their waiver of fees, but you know what?
What?
They're not gonna waive it because it's a third-party
I
contract.
understand that.
But I will write in their waiver of fees. If you'll let the clerk know, they'll hand it to me and I will take care of that.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Let me see if I have it. Yes, I don't know.
Excuse me. He did it. He's so animated. His DNA's on.
Diana, they know that's $10,000. I've already told them.
Gotta prove it.
So, Diana, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna be working at the DA's office for free.
Hey, look at it. Hey, just like all my cases, it's just right out of camera view.
All right, I don't have that motion. Let me double check here. All right. Here's the thing, my mind is a steel trap. I'll remember it, so I'll put it on there.
Nothing gets out, nothing gets in.
No, things get in, but what is in is in. So I've already told you that I will do that, so it will be done.
Okay, I'll check with you later on that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Hi.
More Judge, I had Joe Serter up there.
Yes.
He is not present because he's in Atascosa County Jail. He was a DWI plea and we had hurried the tap eval. He's waiting to do safe or SATF out of Atascosa. He called this morning and said that they hadn't transported him. I'm just coming to the court for direction on how should we.
All right, if you want to check with Atascosa
Mhm.
to see if they'll allow us to do sentencing
Okay, via Zoom?
via Zoom.
Okay.
If not, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall this. Let me see. We'll recall this for February 1st.
Sounds good, Judge, and I will.
Well, I'm sorry, just one moment, not February 1st, because that's next week. February 8th.
And Your Honor, my only issue with the 8th is I'm in Guadalupe County.
All right, well, we can recall it for the 5th or the 6th.
Yes, Judge. At the 6th would be great, Judge.
All right, we'll recall it for the 6th.
Thank you, Judge, and then I will work with Atascosa.
All right, thank you. Probation, Serta is gonna be recalled for February 6th. He's in Atascosa County in their custody.
Yes, Judge. Judge, I'm ready when you are.
All right, thank you. All right, Are the parties ready on Eigar Linsky?
Yes, Judge.
And then after Linsky, it will be Gara. Then after Gara, it will be Brian Parker. All right, is this going to be a plea of truth?
Yes, to the two new number ones, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2020 CR 0266, State of Texas versus Eigar Linsky. Could I have parties announced for the record? For the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense?
Elizabeth Russell for Eigar Linsky.
Are you Eigar Linsky?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Eigar Linsky who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0266 for the offense of violation of bond or protective order, assault stalking on June 6, 2022 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
On or about, oh, I'm sorry, violated condition number 1. On or about the first day of October 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Eigar Linsky committed the offense of driving while intoxicated in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Violated condition number 1. On or about the first day of October 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Eigar Linsky committed the offense of fail to stop and give information over $200 in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Violated condition number 2. On or about the first day of October 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Eigar Linsky did then and there consume alcoholic beverages in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1, 1, and 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1, 1, and 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find 1, 1, and 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking you to grant the motion, adjudicate the defendant guilty and sentence him to 5 years in the prison.
Is that the agreement?
That is, Judge.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court will do then. The court will find you guilty, grant the motion, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's to be a $1,500 fine, time and money. Will run concurrent. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Deidre Linsky. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing? Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Sure.
All right, good luck to you. You're welcome.
Have a seat, sir. I'll see you down in the.
Luis Gara. Court is calling 2023 CR 11323, State of Texas versus Luis Gara III. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense,
Gary Chirac for the defendant.
are you Mr. Gara?
Yeah.
You're gonna need to keep your voice up.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of robbery? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Gara, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court would find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, $2,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to MY Melrose Store at 4805 West Commerce Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78237. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am.
State.
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There are none, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is asking that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 7 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Jessica Mexicano, Mexicano, Yvette Guerrero, and My Melrose. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Conte.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State Exhibit number 1 with all of its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
You may continue to confer.
Thank you.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Oh, yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor. We'll waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we just ask that the court consider probating part or all of the fine.
All right, what's wrong with you?
I'm blind from one eye.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm blind from my right eye.
No. I mean, you say you're blind in one of your eyes?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm talking about you going into a store, taking items, and then when the person says you need to pay for those or either put the items down, you tell them, F this, I'm taking these items. That's what I mean when I say what's wrong with you. Because even though you're blind in one eye, you were still able to go into a location and take clothing and take items that don't belong to you. And then you get to the car and they still telling you put the items back and you're like, no. So when I say what's wrong with you, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am. I was drunken. I was all drunk and had a blackout. So I remember going to the store, but I don't remember saying anything to people.
All right. I don't know if that's believable or not.
He was highly intoxicated. If you'll read the police report, he was passed out in the house when the cops showed up.
All right. This is what the court going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 7 years deferred adjudication. There's a $2,500 fine that will be probated. What is the court cost in this case, please? There's to be restitution and no contact with My Melrose store, and that's a My Melrose store. No contact with Jessica. In the police report, it says Mexican, but I'm gonna say no contact with Jessica Mexican and also Jessica Mexicano. Yvette Guerrero. There's to be a referral to felony drug court while in custody. There's to be a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow all recommendations of TAP. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, then he's going to need inpatient treatments because if you're blacking out from drinking, that's very serious. All right, the court costs in this case are $310. Will you be able to pay those in installments?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. And probation for him, he's going to need a scram monitor or something. So we'll do scram for half the term. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And then at probation's discretion. And probation, of course, if he's accepted into felony drug court, you all won't have to do the field visits. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution, 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Do you have any children?
I have one son, Your Honor, but he's already
An adult?
yes, ma'am.
All right. So these conditions that I'm giving you are to help you because otherwise you're going to destroy your liver, you're going to destroy your kidneys, and then you're going to potentially be on somebody's waiting list for a donor. You don't want that to happen. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. They're going to give you all the help that you need. Whether you take advantage of that or not is completely up to you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If there's something you feel as though probation is not addressing with you, just come back to court and we'll see what's going on and we'll address it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you, Judge Beeks.
Yes. All right, Brian Parker. And this is a motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor, and we're gonna plead true, but we're pleading open to the court.
All right, court is calling. Sure. All right, the people remaining on the docket after this case is Marlon Simeon, Chris Lynn, Monica Wade. And Marlon Simeon is coming up next after this case. That's okay. Court is calling 2022 CR 6496, State of Texas versus Brian Parker. Could our parties announce for the record for the state?
Larry Lucas for the defense.
Are you Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brian DeAnthony Parker who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 6496 for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on January 11, 2023 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Brian DeAnthony Parker, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February, March, and April 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, the state waives all the violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. State, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, the state is requesting 8 years TDC.
Defense.
Judge, I believe a sentence in the range of 2 to 4 years is appropriate for Mr. Parker. And just brief argument on that issue, Judge.
Yes.
This is a case where Mr. Parker just never got a good start on probation. He was sent, got him probation, almost immediately tested positive for narcotics. Then he just got afraid and never showed back up. He did get arrested for failure to identify as fugitive. He's pled guilty to that charge and taking responsibility for it. He's standing before the court today, taking responsibility for his failures on probation. I believe a sentence between 2 to 4 years is appropriate for Mr. Parker, and we just leave it to the discretion of the court.
All right, so counsel, I know you were not the previous attorneys on this case, but his plea bargain agreement was open to the court. So what that meant is that the state wanted him to go to prison. I gave him deferred adjudication. And I tell everyone in this court, if there's an issue with probation or if there's something you need and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can come to this court. And I think it's safe to say every defendant who passes through this court know that if you have a drug problem, guess what? I am going to do my best to get you all the tools and the help you need to address that drug problem. Other courts may be a little bit different. I don't know. I'm not in there. So for people to come before me and say he tested positive for drugs and then he just didn't show up, that's not a good excuse. All right. So this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 5 true. The court will grant the motion. Court is going to find you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Sir? All right. I will note, counsel, did he sign this?
Yes, he did. Your
All
Honor.
right, because this is not a plea bargaining agreement, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not that you are on deferred adjudication. Good luck to you. All right.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you. State, the new cases that are in the allegation, that were in the motion that you all didn't go on, what is happening with those?
Judge, talked to Hank because he was the one that mainly did the conferring on this
Okay.
case. He didn't really give me a clear resolution, so the burglary of a building.
All right, just let me know. It's a misdemeanor.
Good, but just to let you know, the new dynamics, I guess,
Oh, no problem.
and we'll find out.
All right, thank you.
Not because of us.
Oh, no. Who's here on Marlon Simeon?
Oh, this is an MTR. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Not today.
Not today. Yeah.
Sure. And then Dinah, this is gonna be the last one. I know. I know. I know.
You said this would be the last one for the morning, Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but let me just tell you, Lynn, that's getting taken care of today.
This afternoon, Judge?
That's fine.
Yes.
We're ready when you are.
I know that's a violation of our Festivus rule, but that case has been called back too many times.
Would you like to do it this morning, Judge? Or this afternoon?
Afternoon.
Let's do this afternoon.
Afternoon.
Let's do it this afternoon.
Mhm.
Is that cool?
Mhm.
Cool.
Never call it.
At 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
No.
What's the plan?
Yes, 1:30. Yeah, so the two cases that are coming back this afternoon are gonna be Chris Lynn
Ready.
and Monica Wade.
Absolutely, Judge. Thank you.
Are you all ready?
Ready. Sure, remember time.
Court is calling 2017 CR 12621, State of Texas versus Marlon Simeon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Brian Kimbrough for Mr. Simeon.
Are you Marlon Simeon? Young Marlo? Without the O? Okay. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Marlon Simeon who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of aggravated robbery on March 2nd, 2018 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violate condition number 5, Thur County, Texas, the defendant Marlon Simeon did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June, July, August, September, October, November, and December 2018. Violation condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Any objections?
No.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes.
Court's going to find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Revocation.
Defense?
We're not opposed to revocation, Your Honor. Mr. Simeon is serving a federal sentence. He was sentenced to 65 months. I don't have the date, but. I got it right here. Okay, looks like,
They
he
just
is,
sent me these papers from the feds.
I'm sorry.
They just sent me these papers
Okay.
like the other day.
okay, so he was sentenced to 65 months. He served approximately 17. And so we're asking the court to revoke Mr. Simeon, 6 years, 5.5 range, running concurrent with his federal.
State, what are you requesting?
State's requesting 10 years, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm assuming probation, you're asking for revocation? All right, the court is going to find you guilty, grant the motion. And what is the cause number in the case so it can be ran concurrently?
The federal case is 22 CR 00379.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison. This is the run concurrent with 22 CR 00379. There is an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Court will give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Robert Saltonstall, SALTONSTALL. Or Derek, DAREK Patterson. There's to be a $1,400 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
24.
You're gonna have to change your life. Otherwise, you know that saying about living fast, dying young? I think they used to say die young makes a good corpse, good looking corpse or something. Don't be that person. And see about removing that tattoo, because you know the rapper Young, that's the rapper Young. That's not you, unless you out there rapping.
I rap, I do music.
Yeah, but you taking somebody else's name. They spell Young that way. All right, good luck to you, okay? And no more facial tattoos.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.